is confirmed to be the year of domination for India when it comes to Pakistan. Because yes, be it Asia Cup, be it Women's World Cup, be it the Under-19 Asia Cup, it is India that is dominating at this time. Because breaking news, the India Under-19 team have managed to absolutely thrash Pakistan by 90 runs in their league game. 241 was the target. 240 India had made on the back of a wonderful 85 by Aaron George. And also Ayush Matre, who hit 38 of 25. Vaibhav Suryavanshi 5 of 6. But then 46 of 46 from Kanishk Chouhan. And it was the bowlers who stepped up. You thought at one point Huzaifa Hasan, 70 runs, could keep Pakistan in the hunt. But no. It was Kishan Singh, Deepesh Devendran, Kanishk Chouhan, yet again 3 wickets each, that have ensured India have dominated Pakistan in Dubai in a game that was impacted by rain.
Exactly, you lost 1 over on each side thanks to the rain, which in itself feels like a weird sentence to say when you're talking about Dubai. But let's make no mistakes. This match was very much a victory determined by the bowlers. 240 on the look of it didn't seem like it was supposed to be a defendable total. You thought even if India can defend it, it might have to be making a bit of a match out of it. You would be getting a close victory at best. But 90 runs, Siddharth, that's as close to annihilation as possible. 90 runs is a very big victory margin in white ball cricket. And Pakistan really, the shocking regularity with which they just kept losing wickets, barring that one. Barring here, he hit a 70 odd. Barring that, it just seemed like none of their batters were up to the task.
I mean, they started off very slowly. They looked as if they were chasing 340. That was how spooked they were. 240, but the wicket had some juice when you look at it. It had some movement for the early, when you look at the new ball, there was plenty of movement there. And that is the reason why India could, and towards the end when the ball got softer, there was spin assistance as well. So if I have to look at who are your heroes, Kanishk Chouhan, 19-year-old hailing from Jalore in Rajasthan, plays for Haryana, by the way, in the under-19s. He got 3 wickets. And there is a very interesting story when you have to look at the other bowler, Deepesh Devendran. Now, Deepesh Devendran's father was a former cricketer in himself. So, he actually came up when you look at it, and he plays for the CSM Madurai Panthers. CSM Madurai Panthers, he played in there, and that's where he got his name. He also picked up 3 wickets. He's also a right-arm medium bowler. If you look at his father, Devendran, Devendran didn't play that much. Tamil Nadu and Chennai Superstars, he played only 10 T20s. In a particular period from 2000, when you look at it, 2008 onwards, in the IPL season. So, these are the guys when you look at it, but Aaron George, he's been touted as the next Sanju Samson when you look at it. He's had 2 good scores, 85 today, couldn't get to 100, but he plays for Hyderabad, born in Kerala, but playing for Hyderabad. But his stroke play today was simply magnificent at this point in time. So, India, Vaibhav Suryavanshi may have failed, but it's okay. He's due for a failure because he's at 600s already. So, what can Pakistan do? How can they beat India at this point in time? Because everywhere I've said across the age spectrum, gender spectrum, Pakistan just can't beat India. It seems to be that there's a mental block at this time.
Yeah, the only reason they couldn't beat them in the final of the emerging or the Rising Stars Asia Cup was because India didn't make it to the final of the Rising Stars Asia Cup. Otherwise, I suspect that India would have been victorious in that particular match as well. Although, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Pakistan won in the Rising Stars.
They beat Bangladesh.
They won. They beat India too, if memory serves me, right? No?
In the final?
No, not the final. The group stage game. Yes. They had beaten them there. That was one.
I have to just check though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I think they had beaten them because I remember that was the day of another match that we had.
Yeah.
So, either which way, it does just show you the gulf of class really that exists. We've always said that India's youth system and the amount of talent that peels through is simply magnificent. And with Pakistan, you see it even in the senior side. They've tried to replace the likes of, for instance, a Babar Rizwan. Haven't quite been able to do it.
Yeah. So Shaheen's won by 8 wickets.
So I remember that match because I remember that, it was a pretty dominant victory. 8 wickets seems about right. So that was the only time in this year really that they registered a win. And I do think that if India had made it to the final, I think it could have been a different story. But who knows? That's not the point. The point is that when you're looking at age group cricket or senior cricket, junior cricket, whatever it may be. Women's cricket. India do have the beating of Pakistan pretty easily, and this was just yet another instance. Yes, there were bowler-friendly conditions, but I do think 240, you just needed two good partnerships. You didn't, unfortunately, even get one. Because they lost wickets with such alarming regularity that the 70 odd that was scored by Hassan was basically just, he was fighting against the tide. Very lone warrior kind of a knock, dare I say. Because they weren't able to contribute much else. If you go over the scorecard, you'll see that really everyone else got starts, but then that was pretty much the extent of it when it came to how it is that the match was going.
So, I mean, look at the scores. 16, 9, 0, 4, 4, 6, 2, 2, 6. Only three guys in double digits.
Exactly. That tells you everything. And yes, the conditions were tricky. No two ways about it. But again, even in tricky conditions, I'd back a modern day team to score 240 when you're chasing. I don't think it's a big total. I think at best, they would have saved a little bit of face if it was like a massive, or not a massive win. If, say, they had gone to like 210 or 220 and then were all out, you'd say it was a close game. This wasn't a close game. This was one-sided. It was a thrashing.
Exactly. And when you look at it, this match continues the trend that, okay, India have got the depth in the batting. Pakistan don't have the depth. Simple. One guy alone can't win you matches. And here when you looked at it, Kanishk Chouhan and Arun George ensured that, okay, they would give you a good enough total. 240, I think, on this Dubai Academy wicket, already spiced up with a bit of rain earlier, ensured that you had a goodish total, which helped you win by 90 runs. So that's why Pakistan have plenty to ponder. But remember, they could meet in the final again, if that is the case. Because see, Afghanistan are the other team that look good at this stage. Sri Lanka are the other team that look good at this stage. So these are the two sides. And you remember, Bangladesh have had a very healthy rivalry when you look at age group cricket against India.
Yeah, don't forget, under 19 World Cup 2020, Bangladesh beat India. This
recent emerging Asia Cup.
The emerging as well.
Yeah.
Although I can't call that emerging age group cricket. Sorry.
I know, but still, emerging Asia Cup and now Asia Cup under 19. Who dreams up of these terms? I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, under 19 I still get because there's a clear and obvious age group division. Why didn't you rising stars? And what rising stars? 90% of these guys are like 25, 26. Rising?
They're played in the IPL also. All of them. Jitesh
is 32. Yeah. Jitesh, by the way, and a funny fact, Jitesh, and this is something I remember realizing when reading, he called Sanju Samson a bigger brother or an elder brother. Jitesh Sharma is 32 years old. And
Sanju's 31.
Yeah. And bigger brother?
Either it's age fudging or it's age fraud. We don't know at this stage. But yeah.
I think it's just a mix-up.
It must be a mix-up.
A big-time mix-up saying, oh, he's been in the team longer, he's like a bigger brother.
He can touch Harleen's feet also. Harleen's 27, he's 32. But then see, that is not subjective at this point. It is respect. It is our culture that is it. It's a respect. You don't look at age when you look at all the... Of course, when there is a daughter and all of that, you do touch their feet. Mata Rani's roop in that sense.
3 years younger than me. I'm only the elder one on paper.
Obviously. Happens.
Yeah.
Happens.
It happens, yeah. Younger brothers.
And speaking of bossing around, that's exactly what India did in this game, right?
Of course. Bossing around totally, even with Vaibhav Suryavanshi not performing at this stage. But more than the match, I think there was one incident which again perturbed a lot of people. The no handshake. Now, the ICC have said, politics out, diktat. Yet the BCCI defied. Today, Ayush Matre and his counterpart, they did not even meet, they did not even shake hands, they did not look each other in the eye, they just did the toss, and that's it. No handshakes.
Doesn't surprise me, even despite the diktat, if I'm being frank with you. It doesn't surprise me. And plus, this is an ACC tournament. I highly doubt the ICC is going to be sitting and taking note of what happens in the ACC, because if that were the case, we'd have our Asia Cup trophy by now.
I know, this whole fiasco that has developed at this point.
Breaking news right now about the toss?
We'll do a separate one at that time.
Just tease that there are quite a lot of changes. There is no Jasprit Bumrah.
Oh, so that's very interesting.
And there is no Akshar Patel also.
So there's a few changes that the team have made to the playing 11, the India versus South Africa game, by the way. We'll be coming back to you with that particular update as well, because there's been a fair few changes that Siddharth is looking at right now. Bumrah has gone back
home due to personal reasons.
Oh, very interesting. So we'll come back to you guys very, very soon with this particular update.
Yeah, we will have a different stream at this point in time when we do that. So yeah, let's just wind up before I take some of the comments.
Let's try finding a couple of questions.
Because see, I personally think that why have a diktat? You did your own manmani at that point in time and said that, okay, we won't do it. At that time, there was support. Now, no politics, and yet you don't shake hands, fine. But then later on an ICC event on February 14th, don't do it then. If you're under the pressure of the ICC, that shows you just did some filibustering that was there in that Asia Cup. You can't stand up when push comes to shove. That's the major thing. So that's why I, for one, am okay with the fact that you don't want to shake hands. But then ICC event, show your mettle there.
That's not going to happen because then
Yeah,
you will be
we all
risking
know.
you're risking sanctions from ICC.
Although it happened in the Women's World Cup, nothing happened. That was an ICC event.
That was an ICC event.
So that is why if you don't shake hands, I don't think there is a bit of an issue. And anyway, the Asia Cup trophy, forget about it. All that claim, oh, we'll get it back soon, we'll get it all there.
You've now played, which reminds me, we were talking about them not playing emerging stars. You're also playing under 19. You still haven't got that Asia Cup despite positive talks and all that. Still haven't got it.
There are 2 teams that have come to Dubai. None have even come close to the trophy. The original one that was there at this point in time. So
we'll take a couple of comments. You've got Nationally here saying, why compare ourselves with Pakistan? They're pretty bad these days. Let's compare ourselves with Aussies. Nationally, good point, but this is an Asia Cup. So we can't
unless
really compare
Australia
ourselves.
changes their zone.
Which has happened in football, but I doubt it's happening in cricket.
It won't happen at this point. Again, bowling, so South Africa winning, forget about that. And what is the thing? Most of the comments are there on just India, South Africa. Nothing's there in this.
So we've given you this update. In fact, we'll join you guys back for the major toss discussion from India, South Africa. So give us a minute. Stay tuned to the channel and like, share, subscribe, tap the bell, all that good stuff. Stay tuned though. Being back with you guys again on another live stream very soon.
Very soon. Yep. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.